So welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm doing top 5 worst horror movies. And trust me, there's more than 5, so stay tuned for a top 10. I may save that one for October. I may even do a top 15. Who knows? But for right now, a top 5 worst horror movies. If you enjoy any of these movies, please let me know. Your opinion is your opinion. My opinion is my opinion. Let's just hop right into this. So, number 5 is The Boy 2. What a huge disappointment. I thought The Boy, Brahms and all that was really interesting and could have been done as a one-off. But no, they had to greenlit a sequel and we got Brahms, whatever. No. What The Boy tries to do, it tries to be Chucky and it tries to be Annabelle and it does not work. The Boy 2, there's no personality, there's nothing in The Boy 2. So number 5 is The Boy. Number 4 is Cedar Chucky. Cedar Chucky, yes, is one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen. You know, I think Cedar Chucky is a joke. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. You can argue there's some memorable moments. I mean, yeah, you can argue that, but besides all of that, Cedar Chucky is a joke. It's not a spoof of itself. It's not even a horror movie. It don't even belong in the category of horror. It makes Chucky a joke. I think that's one thing that upsets me the most about Cedar Chucky is it makes Chucky a joke, and Chucky's not supposed to be, made into a joke. Tiffany, I think Tiffany's character was not handled well in Cedar Chucky. I prefer her character more in Bride. I said my piece on that before. Again, as much as I love the Child's Play franchise and that being my favorite franchise, I am not afraid to say that Cedar Chucky is the worst one. Cedar Chucky, number 4, one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen. Number 3 is The Nun. The Nun, again, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know I love the Conjuring movies. I'm not too fond of the first Annabelle, but I can watch it. When it comes to The Nun, I can't watch The Nun. I have not watched this movie all the way through. I'm not joking. The Nun is boring, it drags on, there's too much dialogue, it just walks on. I've only seen this movie one time. I rented it, never watched it again, and I never even stayed towards the end. I just watched the ending on YouTube and just said, okay, I'm never watching this again. And that was in 2018? 2018, I believe. So yeah, I haven't seen The Nun since 2018, and I don't care to go back to it. I hate when a movie does that, puts unnecessary dialogue and drags the movie on. There's nothing interesting about The Nun. There's nothing interesting about The Nun. I thought The Nun was handled better in The Conjuring 2. Valak, that character, should have never, Valak, the whole Nun, that whole arc, whatever, should have never gotten a spinoff, in my opinion. That's my opinion. The Nun having its own movie, it's uninteresting. So, there's talks that we may get a Nun 2. I hope they don't happen. But if it does, I'm not going to see it. I'm just letting you guys know now. If a Nun 2 gets announced, do not expect a review for it. And I don't even know if I ever reviewed The Nun on the channel. I just never really cared to go back to that movie. So yeah, number 2 is the remake of Psycho. Why? So number 2, one of the worst horror movies, is the remake of Psycho. It's basically the original movie, but just with actors that was around, in the 90s and in color. Psycho is a great example, the Psycho remake is a great example of not how to do a remake. That's not how you do a remake, because the whole Psycho remake is just a shot for shot, scene for scene, beat for beat, same, like I said, the same thing the original did. And the original's 10 times better. The original is a classic. But when you get to this remake, it's a huge disappointment. So yeah, number 1 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, as my personal worst horror movie of all time. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Last Generation, almost like Cedar Chucky for me. They make Leatherface a joke, which you don't do. I don't know what was the point of making some of these characters jokes in their later films. off topic, Halloween Resurrection. They made Michael a joke in that one scene. I don't know why, but they did it. Number one is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Like I said, they make Leatherface a joke. It's over the top. It's not even funny. There's so many things wrong with Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. So yeah, that is my top 5 worst horror movies of all time. Number 5 was The Boy. Number 4 was Cedar Chucky. Number 3 was The Nun. I mean, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know The Nun had to be on here. Number 2 was the remake of Psycho. And number 1 was Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Let me know your top 5 worst horror movies in the comments below. Do go down there and hit that like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're brand new around here, and hit the notification bell if you never miss a single upload. I'll catch you guys in the next video.